Boy, they're tearing up the skies today over out this way. It's just never ending. What's up, Skywatchers? What is up indeed? Man, they are tearing up the sky this morning. It's beautiful blue over to the north. It couldn't be any prettier. I can't even see it. And it's a blue sky, and there's nothing to see. All right, guys, I feel so bad. I completely missed it. I missed it. Last year, we lost a dear member of the community, Mike Morales, on April 28th. I just wanted to take a moment and remember Mike. Thank you, Mike. All right, guys. Well, seems we had a couple big solar flares, X flares. Looks like we had a 2.99 on the incoming limb, so that's something to watch out for this incoming week. We're probably going to see more of the same stuff we just saw. And what that departing sunspot had an 8.8 X flare. That's pretty large. I'm not really too worried right now. I know everybody's in an uproar over these things, but it'll be okay. I know a lot of people did not understand how lasers could fire at a sun 93 million miles away. Is it really? I don't know. You know, there's so much crazy science out there, from the flat earthers to Neil deGrasse Tyson. You know, I don't need to believe it's flat. I don't need to believe it's round. I'm looking at the depopulation agenda, guys. And all these conspiracies are really a part of that. Somehow, I'm sure it's tied together. They just keep us infighting, right? Instead of looking at who? At who? Them. So yeah, I believe there are solar probes out there and that they can do this. I don't really care how far away or how close we think the sun is. It's the idea that they can put these things out there and do this mad scientist, dark, occult, bringing to fruition the apocalypse. This is what they want. You know, I get a lot of questions. Thomas, this goes out to you over in Germany. What's the end game? What is the end game? I don't know. Can it be any clearer? Fires, tornadoes, hurricanes, plagues. You know, this is all created. I'm going to show you a little clip here in a little bit, even about ticks and Lyme disease. You know, this ain't, oh my God, there's a new disease. No, man, this stuff is it's developed and targeted, okay? Lyme Island, Lyme disease, yeah, U.S. biological lab out there in the Atlantic Ocean off the East Coast. You know, these things happen. And, you know, the same in the Wuhan. All that video from Wuhan a few years back, that was all for the Beijing Olympics, man. That was training sessions. You know, we see this stuff on TV and on Twitter, Twatter, X. Excuse me. I get a little excited. You know, there's so much BS, and it's just made to give us emotional reactions. People can't even have a conversation without being triggered and going into a tantrum. We got to get over that stuff, and we got to come together. I don't care if you believe in flat Earth. Do you understand that there's an agenda happening? That's what I care about. I care about the survival of my children and my grandchildren. Geez, I've already lost people to the thing in the body. I've lost people to cancer this year. I mean, these last couple of years, I've lost a few people that I really care about. And I think some of it could have been prevented. We got to use our heads, okay, guys? The system is not going to lead you to salvation, okay? That's a fairy tale. So today I wanted to take a look at the fire maps and also at the Doppler radar weather center, whatever you want to call it, just where they're shooting out these beams. I'll show you, you know. I told you guys yesterday, this stuff is not healthy and it's not needed. We don't need Doppler. We don't need these cell phone towers either. You think, come on, cell phones? My reception's worse. It doesn't matter if I go right next to the tower or not. My reception is worse. I can't upload. I can't download. Can't do a damn thing. I can't even check my notifications when I'm next to a cell tower. I think the cell and cell towers right here somewhere. Weapons. These are weapons. All right, what else did I want to talk about today? We know fire season is coming up, right? Well, fire season is here and it's in full swing. I'll show you the maps. I'll let them roll through while we're talking here. But I do want to say one thing I do. You know, I told you yesterday I keep my important papers in one location in a locked case. I can grab it, bring it with me. I got all my camping gear in one spot. I can just throw it in the truck. I can be out of here in 15 or 20 minutes. Maybe even quicker if I'm forced to. But I have these things. The wife has a portable and a mobile in her vehicle and on her at all times. These are GMRS radios. This is their shit hit the fan ocean radios. GMRS. And it also, excuse me, it also has a built-in scanner with 1,000 channels where you can listen to all the emergency reports. But I'm having a problem up here. I found all the emergency channels are they're encrypted and digital. So I'm sure it's the same most places, but I would still get one of those radios. You know, we've talked from here to Fairbanks, right downtown Fairbanks, and that's a good 40 miles, and you can get bigger antennas and more powerful radios. The other one I have is a little ham radio. What is that, a Redivis? They take a little work to learn how to use, to program. I'm not licensed with this. I have one of those licenses for GMRS, but not for ham. But in the event of an emergency, you don't really need that license. You know, you can use these ham radios in an emergency. So I would definitely invest in a couple of those. I got this pair, I think, a pair of them for under $70. This shit hit the fan ocean radio, Wuxon. This is a little bit more. It's got AM, FM radio. It's got a little flashlight. And you can program this thing to do quite a bit. I like them. Another thing I really wanted to touch on, I'm seeing in my videos, I get a lot of comments about the sun is fake, the sun is fake. I don't think the sun is fake, guys. I'll probably, you know, if you get in the comments and tell me you want to see more videos, I use this lens and this Starview solar filter, and I can look at the sun. It's about as real as it gets. And if you don't believe me, I don't know why you wouldn't. I'm sitting here lying, trying to prove a real sun for shit's sakes. I mean, the thing is real. I think a lot of confusion comes from this sun simulator that I keep hearing about. And, you know, I'm pretty sure that's being confused with an atmospheric mirror. which can even give you dual suns when they create these things. They're created by over-the-horizon radars, and I'm sure there's so much that exists that I don't even know about, and I've learned quite a bit about this. And Dutch Sense, he's got a couple good videos on his channel. Well, Dutch has got a lot of good videos, but I'm specifically talking about the two that were sent to him by some Defense Department guy, and he tells about what they've been doing since the 50s all the way to, I believe it's the 90s. But if I have to, I'll go do some research on those videos and bring forward a couple clips. You know, I don't want to take anything from Dutch. He does a great job over there. So I might use a small clip and then refer you over to watch the rest of the videos on his channel. Yeah, I forgot where I was at already. Boy, that happens quick. You know, this HAARP testing's going on, and I know some of you get in the comments and you're telling me, I got vertigo, I hear these tones, and yeah, so do I. My vertigo was so bad. I think the test ended yesterday, and I did have some vertigo yesterday morning, but I think it's kind of gone now. I don't hear the ringing this morning. It's not crazy in my ears. So, thank God that's over with. And it gives me wild mood swings too. You know, I'm so over HAARP, right? We just need to have all these installations and facilities dismantled. We don't need anything like that in our world. This is for dark occult scientists, not you and me. And, you know, speaking of these satellites and solar probes and lasers, you know, people think that's so outlandish, but look at CERN. What do you think about CERN? CERN cracked a hole in Earth's magnetosphere. What did it last, like 15 minutes? I cannot remember, so don't quote me. But it lasted a little bit. And that's pretty scary when a place like CERN can crack our magnetosphere. Solar probes can probe the sun with their anal probes. Their laser beam probes. Yeah, aliens and anal probes, right? I mean, who do you think's really doing it? It sounds like the doctors and the government to me doing anal probes. That's what they like. Can't even get insurance without that stuff. And I tell you what, I'm uninsured because I ain't doing that stuff. Are you kidding me? I don't give this system my blood. No way, guys. All right, well, I suppose while I was talking, the fire maps played. And, why don't we go ahead and listen to a little bit of this clip about Lyme disease? Cue.
That showed up right around Lyme, Connecticut, at the mouth of the Connecticut River, which is right across from Plum Island, which was the U.S.'s anti-animal crop headquarters for the biological weapons program. So late 60s, the peak of the biological weapons program in the U.S., these three freaky diseases showed up. So that was Lyme arthritis caused by the spirochete. There was a rickettsia, which is Rocky Mountain spotted fever. And then there was a cattle parasite. It was the second time it was found in man in that area, called babesia. And that's actually, I got Lyme and babesia, which can be fatal, and it's a serious disease.
So you have a cluster, effectively, of these three previously rare diseases right across the water from the U.S. government's biological weapons testing facility. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and it's if you're like working for the CDC and on the lookout for natural versus unnatural disease outbreaks, having three new tick-borne diseases show up, extra deadly disease-causing than in the past, it would get their attention, and there would be investigations, which is what happened.
All right, guys. So what did you think about that clip, Lyme disease? We know these things are invented, manufactured, and distributed. I guess just make sure your pants are tucked inside your socks or wear some gaiters. You know, I don't wear bug dope. I don't wear sunscreen. I don't do anything like that. I go all natural. I just make sure to wear protective clothing, hat, glasses, my big boots. I keep my pants tucked in. Of course, here in Alaska, we don't have a problem with ticks. It's too cold for them to exist up here. It's too cold for a lot of things to exist up here. But I imagine it won't be long before they invent some ice tick. An ice tick, yeah. All right, guys, that's all I had to say today. So until next time, stay aware, be prepared, keep looking up.
We'll all calm down.
Boss, he's just a little excited.
I know. I'm going to use good judgment. I haven't lost my temper in 40 years. But Pilgrim, you caused a lot of trouble this morning. Might have got somebody killed. And somebody ought to belt you in the mouth. But I won't. The hell I won't.